I'll tell you, with the ref distracted like that, there he is. He's got a handful of tights. And there's the 3 count. Rahim De La Suede retains the WLW Junior Heavyweight Championship. I'll tell you, he pulled out all the stops to get this victory.
There's a lot to be said for the stamina of Jeremy Wyatt. There is not a person in the back that he cannot outlast in an Iron Man type of situation.
He's proven it time and time again.
Oh! Beautiful leg drop from Suede.
Using his capoeira skills. Still only one. Suede, staying on, that's what he has to do. If you give Jeremy Wyatt any semblance of an opening, he's going to take advantage.
Suede benefits from a bit of a slower pace, but Wyatt benefits from an even slower one. He waits Suede out and lets Suede wear himself down. But it's hard to wait out some punches to the face. Off he goes.
Headlock, off the ropes, drops down, ducks the clothesline, ducks the back elbow, slides underneath, drop kick. And Rahim De La Suede. Right across the face, return to Josh Elliott. There, De La Suede. Josh connects with a super kick. Oh, there she is. She's getting involved again. She's got a hold of the foot of Josh. Took his eye off the ball. Big roll up. 1, 2, 3. With an assist, there's your winner, Rahim De La Suede. 20 seconds.
With these rules that he didn't, he's never far behind, and now the champions want to start hot, and it's the challengers who duck out of the way. Rahim Moses looking to press an advantage early on, taking the champions into the buckles and battering them back. It's back and forth here with Moses and Rahim, as now Xavier Walker sends Rahim off. He gets a little boot up and a drop kick lands. Xavier Walker down. Arm getting pulled over by Moses. Walker in trouble. He gets hit with a crossbody and he goes crashing out to the floor with Rahim. Back in the ring. It's Moses. Forearms and chops to corner and out on the floor. Rahim's going to follow up on Xavier Walker. How about the guns on Rahim? I'll take the big guy and take him right around the side of the ring. Uh-oh, Xavier Walker sent him into the post. And he's looking to get back into the ring as Moses comes flying through and pastes him with a forearm. Onto the floor goes Xavier Walker, and Moses is going to follow right out. The former champions looking to get all over the hustle and the muscle, and they might fight all the way around the pageant.
Everybody, this is the anti-Pope, Greg Jovi, the best professional wrestling manager in the entire world, the best color commentator in the entire world, and the best home decor of anybody that has done this. And you're watching the I-70 Hot Tag.
This is Dan the Dad, your father's favorite wrestler, and you are watching the I-70 Hot Tag podcast. And if you turn it off, you're going to be grounded.
Hi, this is Shaz McKenzie, and you are watching the I-70 Hot Tag.
What's up, everybody? It is one half of the beautiful people and 7-time women's world champion Angelina Love. And aren't you lucky? You are watching the I-70 Hot Tag.
I'm Marcus Buff Bagwell, and you are watching the I-70 Hot Tag, baby. Check it out, and remember, no matter what, I'm Buff, and I'm still the stuff.
And now, CRMEDIA presents the I-70 Hot Tag with your host, Chaos Chase, and the Real Josh Elliott.
What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Chase, aka CRMEDIA, and we are here with another edition of the I-70 Hot Tag, where myself, Chase, and my friend, my co-host Josh, we break down all the action in the independent wrestling scene in Kansas and Missouri, the Midwest, if you will. Kind of find it hypocritical for me to say Kansas and Missouri when we just did a huge event for Southern Illinois Championship Wrestling. So
yes,
might as well just say the Midwest from now on. So guys, we got a great show playing for you tonight. We've got suede-licious, one half of technical difficulties, Rahim De La Suede himself joining with us tonight on the show. Very excited to have him on here. Also, stay tuned because, as you guys know, we are giving this bad boy away. We are going to announce the winner for this red strap NWA United States Championship right after our interview with Rahim De La Suede, right after our 5-minute intermission after our interview with Rahim De La Suede. So let's get all the knick-knack paddywhacks out of the way, and let's get this thing rocking, man. We're live on twitch.tv/CRMedia1988. If you guys have not already, please make sure you hit that follow button. And if you feel so obliged, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we're not just doing the I-70 Hot Tag on CRMedia's Twitch. We also do the AEW Dynamite post show. We do the pit stop, bad booking, and every once in a while, these video games that I spend a ton of money on. I play a couple of them here or there. Anyways, we'll also find us on YouTube and Facebook on the I-70 Hot Tag. And if you guys feel so obliged, make sure you hit the link trees in the description and follow the I-70 Hot Tag and CRMEDIA on there. Josh, tell everybody where they can find you, sir.
Yeah, you can find me at the Real Josh Elliott. It's there in the tag. I'm on all social medias: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok. But like Chase said, we are pushing the I-70 Hot Tag for all that local independent wrestling talk, and we're on all 5 of those platforms plus YouTube. So and we're live on our YouTube. Man, comments are blowing up right now. Yeah. We're live on our YouTube and our Facebook page at the I-70 Hot Tag. So
absolutely, guys. And we want to give a shout out to our sponsors. Our number one, our main event sponsor, Big Daddy's Donuts. You can find them 3 locations in the South Kansas City metro area within Raymore and Belton. And then also to Dean's Trophies. The t-shirts that we sell at the events were made by Dean's Trophies. So if you guys need any t-shirts made, fantasy football trophies, softball, soccer, whatever it is, any trophies, any banners, anything like that, make sure you go check out Dean's Trophies in Lee Summit and in Raymore, Missouri. Also want to give a shout out to Shaza McKenzie, our I-70 Hot Tag guest last week. Shaza was dope as fuck.
Yeah, she was.
It was definitely cool having her on. And you can go check that out on the video on demand. Also, if you guys haven't noticed, there's been some activity on the podcast side. There's four episodes uploaded. Slowly but surely getting there. So all that stuff out of the way. Josh, I'm not going to break tradition, brother. I'm going to let you, as I always do, I'm going to let you introduce our guest this week. And while you're doing that, we're going to get through some of these comments here, but go ahead, Josh.
That'll work, man. We have a huge guest tonight. You just saw him last weekend in Ottawa, Kansas for Trailblazer Championship Wrestling against Mike Seidel. He's got 3 big matches coming up. Glory Pro, Go for Broke with Mike Outlaw taking on Dan the Dad and Warhorse. You can see him in Eldon, Troy, Missouri for WLW Gold Rush against Kenny Alfonso, and the big match for Anarchy, Giants Woke, Eyes Open for the Destination Championship. Davey Vega, his chance for gold here. The man, the myth, the legend, the whole thing, Rahim De La Suede.
That's ISO. Rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the greenhouse. Ball it up, I'm with the gang, we taking shots off the rebound. Fucking my posters, say now, I've been humble too long, yeah. Tell them all to stay calm, yeah. Tell them all to move on, yeah. Fucking my posters, say now, they be lost in the sauce, yeah. Took a loss, that's your loss, yeah. Had to get my point across, yeah. Heard them lasers talking now and we don't pay that no mind. Didn't need to watch and all that I be hearing.
So I don't care if you're with AEW or any other top promotion. I'm the whole thing, De La Suede. Are you picking up where I'm laying down around the town, funky clown? Or are you some kind of pussycat?
Ooh, tell your friends about me.
Suede, what's happening, man?
I'm living, baby. How you guys?
I'm
Doing
great.
good, sir. Suede, we greatly appreciate you taking the time to do this with us tonight. Been a long time coming, man. I told you if you sign the bill, you got to commit. I'm still chasing your boy Kenway. I'm gonna get his ass.
Man, he's hard to find, man.
I know.
I'm trying to get him out here too, man.
I know. His punk ass signed my belt, and then I was like, all right, now you got to commit to the show. And then now he's left me on red. So,
yeah.
But Rahim, the whole point of this show is to give us and people in the Midwest area an opportunity to find out more about you, what you're about. So what I do is I start off every single interview I do by asking you to tell us and our viewers, who is Rahim De La Suede?
Ooh, Rahim De La Suede is the hot topic, the baddest mamma jamma, and most certainly the whole thing. You dig what I'm saying? 24 years young, debuted at the age of 21. Man, I've been on a fire since. Started training at Harley Race Wrestling Academy, and that's where I met my tag team partner, Moses. Dig what I'm saying? Started the tag team Technical Difficulties, and the rest has been history. You dig what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm feeling good. I'm young. I got beautiful set of locks, melanated. Ooh, I'm on fire, baby.
I love it. So you said you got started in 21, you said?
Yeah, I was 21 when I started. Moses was a year younger.
Okay. So so what kind of brought you to the Harley Race Academy? What got you interested in starting to wrestle?
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. Little backstory. I was a big fan of wrestling growing up. My oldest brother used to watch it every Monday and Thursday, weekly. And I wanted to be just like him, you know. So whatever he was into, that was what I was into, you know. But wrestling was like the biggest, like, attention grabbing, like, for me, you know. So through high school, you know, I wrestled amateur. You know, I was pretty decent. Nothing too crazy, but I wrestled in high school. Went to state my sophomore year. Got an opportunity to wrestle in college, but I turned that down. So I spent most of my time watching wrestling during my amateur wrestling career. So after I graduated from high school, you know, I was like, man, what should I do? So I spent countless hours watching wrestling on YouTube, even live on television. So why not just go in for it? So I just went on Google, typed in wrestling school near me. Dynamo Pro was the first school, honestly, that I seen. I reached out to them and no response, which is shame on them, because they missed out on the golden boy, De La Suede. So the next available school was Harley Race, about an hour from my house. So I reached out to them, and bro, not even like an hour later, they reached back out to me. They're like, yo, we're offering this little 2-month program. You know, if you do good, then we can give you a little discount for you to actually try out for a school. And I went in, first day I met Moses. And out of like 15, 20 people, me and Moses were the last two surviving. So, yeah, man.
That's awesome. You're muted, Chase.
I'm glad you told me because I could still hear myself talk in the headset. caught me slipping, man. So on Monday we watched. We have a concept where we watch a match to kind of get prepared for these interviews. We watched your match at Powerhouse with Johnny Glory, John Hennigan. John Hennigan was one of my favorite wrestlers growing up. I watched him in Tough Enough both seasons. The season he got eliminated and the season he won with Matt Capitelli. I noticed since you had since you originally split from Technical Difficulties and went to that suede-licious character, I noticed a lot of similarities between you and John Hennigan. Is that on purpose?
Honestly, man, what you see in the ring, that's me 100%. Like, there's no costume, there's no makeup, man. That's 100% me out there. So it's just ironic that me and him have similarities. But I'm not gonna lie to you. Growing up, I'm still am a big fan of his work, especially the Johnny Nacho gimmick.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just so happens to play out, man. Like, I'm a very flashy, over the top person, so that's why you see the velvet tights, you see the fur boots. I mean, how many wrestlers you see on the indies that wear fur boots? I'll answer that question. None. I'm the only one, baby. I'm the only one. So, man. Well, man, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Wrestling John, man, that was one of my dream matches, and to go in the ring with him and to show him what I am able to do and to leave a good impression on him, man.
Yeah, that's one Chase and I both wish we were there live to watch.
Yeah, I watched John wrestle Master Slamovich live, and I liked watching you and John just because, like I said, the styles, man. Like I told Josh when we watched it, or I don't remember if you weren't here on Monday, Josh. My bad. I told my my co-host on Monday, I was like, dude, it's like looking in the mirror. Like it's like looking at two people that were cut from the same cloth. Just the styles in the ring, like, and it's weird. Like, I don't want to take up too much time because I know I didn't have this set in the questions, but it's weird to watch you flip the styles. Because if you watch, as a fan, if I watch you and Moses together as Technical Difficulties, like your style with Moses is just, it's a little bit different than it is watching you as Suede.
Yes, sir.
Like, so you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So like with me and Moses, like we're a tag team, and hence our name, Technical Difficulties. We really dialed into our amateur wrestling backgrounds. Like Moses himself, amateur wrestling in high school, himself went to state. So me and Moses, we both had the amateur wrestling background, and we're a big fan of the Steiner brothers, So they used to go in there and just, excuse my language, but just kick ass, you know what I mean? Just no BS. Just we're out here to win, and that's the whole purpose of me and Moses tagging. We're trying to get out here, we're trying to win, we're trying to take over the whole world, man. And when I'm on my own, it's like I can finally do what I want to do. Like there's no tag team, nothing. This is just full me. This is unedited, uncut, the whole thing. Rahim De La Suede. Don't forget it.
We've seen you wrestle across our area. You're wrestling in many of our promotions: Trailblazers, Central States, World League Wrestling. You've wrestled a lot of singles and a lot of tag team matches. Obviously, kind of tell us about the differences of in the mindset that you go into each match, whether it be a singles match or a tag match. And also to kind of top off onto that is we see a lot of guys wrestle, in St. Louis that might be the baby face, but come over to Kansas City and they might play a heel. Kind of talk about that too. Like we're working in two different promotions across the state that you might be two completely different characters.
Well, my mindset is the same, singles and tag. I know a lot of guys are kind of are nervous. They do high jumps or they do like their whatever to calm their nerves. I'm just chill, man. I just sit there. I just crack jokes with the guys, with the boys. It's nothing to me. Like I'm like my amateur wrestling, so I'm always been in that competitive nature. Also a track athlete and a gymnast, so I always been in that realm of competing. So both tag and singles, my mindset is the same. As far as game plan, as a tag with my good brother Moses, he's more of the baby face. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's more a baby face, I'm more heel. So it's like I have to play to his realm. We're not, we're here to win. We're here to, take over. But when I'm as my own, when I'm De La Suede, man, like I said, man, it's uncut, man. I just go in there and do whatever I gotta do to win. Just like how I did with Johnny Glory. Tried to fake an injury spot, and he fell for it. I took advantage of him. Like an idiot. He should know better. I'm the whole thing. But, like how you said, like, as far as me trying to get out here, man, St. Louis, the Midwest, is a nice spot, like I'm in the middle of everything. Like I can go to Texas, 10 hours. I can go to Canada, that's 15 hours. So everything is pretty reasonable. So I'm not trying to stay focused in the Midwest. I'm trying to go to the East Coast, the West Coast. I'm trying to go out the country. I'm trying to be international more than just a St. Louis guy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, most definitely. So speaking of St. Louis and trying to expand, I want to talk about, which is crazy because, you mentioned that you started 3 years ago and last year you got an opportunity to work with both WWE and AEW. So I wanted to, just kind of ask you, see if you can kind of peel back the curtain a little bit. Talk to us about what it was like getting that opportunity, what you did with that opportunity, if you did anything to stand out, and what it was like, just for the differences, like what it was like working with WWE and what it was like working with AEW.
Man, I treat them both the same, man. And even though it was extra work, I treated it as if I was getting signed to them, I was, in my own little room, just cutting backflips, hitting cartwheels, just doing my thing, but like I said, even though it was just extra work, I still treated it as if I was getting signed, Being with the WWE, man, that's every wrestler is like, that's how they got into wrestling, was watching, WWE, and then to be a part of that, even something small like security work, man, it just seeing how everything is done, like from the production side, from the in-ring and shoot, even catering. Catering plays a big part of it too, man. You got to feed the athletes, So just being part of that, man, it's eye-opening because it's like, it's more than just yourself, you can't be selfish in this, business, it takes two to tangle, so it's not just me in there. I'm here for the referees, I'm here for the wrestlers, I'm here for the cameraman, and most importantly, I'm here for the fans, Same thing with AEW, I was treated it like I was getting signed, and man, both of them is a blast, man. I would love to go back to both of them, if whatever one offer me that contract first, man, you won't regret it. I promise you that, man. Promise.
Is there speaking of in-ring work here, have you is there somebody in our Midwest, Kansas, Missouri, maybe Illinois, is there anybody that you have not had the chance to work with that you would hope to get a match with at some point in the future?
It's a whole list of people, man, but I'm gonna just keep it in the Midwest. Singles, I'm not okay. Okay, for singles, this may sound crazy, but my own training partner, Camaro Jackson, I have yet to wrestle him one-on-one. We had our encounters in the Battle Royal back in WLW. We had a tag team match, in Black Wrestlers Matter, but we never had our one-on-one singles match. And he's a Crown of Glory heavyweight champion, so he's big dog, and I want to turn him to a puppy. You dig what I'm saying? So that's one. Warhorse is another fella I like to get my hands on one-on-one. Dan the Dad. Man, the list can go on and on, man. Tag teams. I mean, when you're in the ring with me and Moses, man, they should be asking us to wrestle.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
We got Austin Mulitalo in the chat. He says you're one of his favorite opponents.
Oh, yeah. Austin, man. Well, one of those guys, man. He's a hidden gem, man. Same thing, and he's an amateur wrestler, part of the National Guard. He's one of those guys that has a bright future ahead of him, man. And just like me, we're both young, we're both hungry, and I think I was one of his first matches ever in his wrestling career. And me being early on to be in that ring general role, man, it's like another realm for me to learn, So I'm not gonna sit here and be I'm the best, I know it all. I don't. I have a lot of errors, that needs to be cleaned up. There's a lot of things I need to learn. And that's the beauty of wrestling, man. There's no I know it all. There's still something that you can learn. So thank you, Austin. I'll see you again soon.
Yeah, no, we've got a couple of people in here. Gears of Kai says he wants to see you and Scott Tyler go at it. I know there was another one too, wasn't there? Nope, my bad. Kind of talk to us about your, because obviously the Forge has been around. And the Forge has kind of gone through some trials, but what has stayed consistent is you, Moses, Camaro, Mike Outlaw, Tootie.
Yep.
Talk to us about your relationship with those guys.
Man, so it's crazy. I met Moses in high school. So I met him without meeting him. We were at a wrestling tournament, and he was getting prepared for his match, and I just got done with my match, and we just crossing paths, and I was, I'm just looked at him, he looked at me, nothing else, until when we first met at our first day ever at professional wrestling training. That's when I met him, and then that's when we was chopping it up, like, yeah, I used to wrestle in high school. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I was at this tournament. Oh yeah, me too. I'm like, wait a minute, I think I met you before. And then, we've been tight since. And as far as Camaro and Tootie and Outlaw, I met all of them around my first match ever. So when they came to my first match, that's when I met them. Me and Camaro were on the same card, I believe. And Tootie and Outlaw came for just, support. And we just shook hands, introduced each other, and that was it until me and Moses wanted to branch out of WLW. Nothing against WLW, but we just wanted something more. We wanted to learn different styles of wrestling, and Outlaw offered me and Moses a place to train. We took it, and that's where we met a couple of other guys like Warhorse. We met Cody Lane, Ethan Price. We met Dan the Dad. We met a whole bunch of other wrestlers, man. And for me during that time, it's like, oh man, there's a whole bunch of different scenery of wrestling, man. These guys are a lot better than me, So that built that relationship with us and the school. And unfortunately, we went through some changes in management, but we're still strong, man. Nothing like that's going to stop us, man. We're actually trying to find a new location for a school. So tune in to that. So anybody who wants to become a pro wrestler, Camaro Jackson, Mike Outlaw, Warhorse, the whole thing. Rahim De La Suede, Little Blue Dragon, Tootie Lynn, the Deliverer Moses, man. We're all here to train you, man. So hit us up at the Forge on all social medias, Twitter, Instagram. Yeah, man. We guys will get you right.
Yeah, no, we don't have anything but amazing things to say about the Forge, dude. I mean, like it's just crazy to think of all the talent that have come out of the Forge, and before it transitioned and whatnot, and all the young guys. I mean, like obviously you're young too, but I mean, like you've got a couple of years experience underneath your belt. Now we've got the O'Neal brothers. I mean, we've got all this other stuff coming out of there. But what I've noticed is, like I said, like those pivotal pieces, you, Camaro, Mike, and Moses and Tootie, man. Like whenever I see Tootie's post on social media, you guys are always with her. Like whenever I see you post on social media, like they're always with you. Like like it's a package deal, like it's a family. You know what I mean? And so like, I love that we're able to highlight that, because it's not just a school where y'all shake hands and go home at the end of the day. Like it's bigger than that. So, and it's crazy because y'all have taken over St. Louis, and now you guys are starting to take over Kansas City.
Yeah.
And I love
like
it.
wrestling is is really draining, man, especially mentally. So that's why it's nice to have a Tootie, Outlaw, and Camaro, and Moses. Even some of the guys that have been there before me, or even just coming in, like a ATM, like Big Months, like those guys. We're all cool together. So like to be that tight, to be more than just friends, to be a family, like how you said, that's what we need in wrestling, because it's too much going on, man, especially nowadays, man, where it's just crazy, man. You just got to be on your P's and Q's, man. So
it's a wild business.
Yeah, for real,
it's a
man.
wild business. One of the perks about this show, Rahim, is we like to get not users, but the viewers involved. So we do have a question from Scott Razdark Wolf. His question is, what country would Suede like to wrestle in? Now I know you just hit Canada, so let's leave Canada off that list.
Bro. Man, so I have two. So I definitely want to go to Japan for sure. Like that's a no-brainer. But man, like England, you know what I mean? Like the UK, like something about those two areas, especially Japan. Like I'm a big fan of like the nightlife and like the super over the top, like just everything. So like going to those two countries and showcasing my personality, man, I might mess around and live there. I ain't coming back.
We got one more from the chat. I know you guys you were just in Ottawa for Trailblazer. Dean Houston, we know you were there for the Shooter Shailin match. Wants to know what your thoughts were of that women's match. Shooter was actually in two different matches, one against Tootie Lynn, and then again against Amina Belmont.
So, well, are you asking how was the match between Tootie and Amina, or the matches involving the two?
Between Shooter, he wants to know specifically about Shailin. So what did you think about Shailin in both those matches?
I'm not gonna lie to you, and I didn't see it. I'm not gonna lie to you, but like, oh yeah, you did great. Little bit more character work, a little bit more selling. The whole BS critiques. I didn't see it. I was getting critiqued on my own during my match during that time. So unfortunately, I didn't see it. But once the footage airs or drop, I will take a look. But I did see Amina Belmont and Tootie wrestle in Canada and Winnipeg the day before. And I'll tell you what, if you guys never been to Canada, I recommend you guys going, because the crowd there is unbelievable, man. Like, you're pretty much like, the crowd there is like what you see on TV, like back in the 90s, like everybody's just screaming, you know, you got drunk people there, you know, you got people trying to hop over the guardrail, you know, you got people chanting, you know, all that crazy stuff, you know. So Amina and Tootie at Winnipeg, that was a great match, and that was my first time actually seeing Amina wrestle in person. And she was actually Mrs. Suede at the Grandel at one point. So to actually see her work in person against Tootie Lynn, and to see her character get over, and just that storytelling, the selling, and the pacing of everything, yeah, I was really, really impressed. And you don't really see that, you know, a lot in wrestling, you know, women's wrestling, you know, even guys too. Like, you don't really see like that chemistry, you know, off bat. You know, I think that was the first time them wrestling 1-on-1, and yeah, classic.
You mentioned Grandel. Chase and I were fortunate enough to make the trip to St. Louis back in March, and main event was you and Moses. Technical difficulties. Stepped in the ring with one of my favorite tag teams, Motor City Machine Guns. Kind of talk to us about that match. You know, Chase, I know you mentioned on Twitter that, you know, you'd love to see them take on the world's greatest tag team. You know, kind of talk about that match with Motor City Machine Guns, and if there are any you know, bucket list tag teams maybe on the main roster that you would love to have a match with Moses.
Yeah, man. Once the original flyer was announced, it was the besties against Motor City, and I was happy for them, like genuinely happy for them. Like, they deserved it to be in the business for a countless amount of years. So yeah, I was very, very stoked for them to get that match until some situations happened to where, you know, it had to get tweaked a little bit. And we were next up, you know. And like how I stated earlier in this podcast, man, like, people should be reaching out to wrestle me and Moses, like, not to toot up our own horns, but man, me and Moses as a tag team, like, we can't be touched, man. Like, we are it, like we say in our promos, you know. But, you know, to keep it honest, man, like, once we seen that promo, we were like, yeah, about time, you know. So we were in the lab consistently, man. We were in the gym, grinding it out, man. You know, we were just tape studying, you know. You know, we've been big fans of them, you know, back in TNA. At least I was. I don't know about Moses, but I was a big fan of Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin in TNA. You know, even when they had their little singles run, you know, I was still a big fan of them. And to have to get, you know, to share the ring with them, to pick their brains a little bit, to see how they structure their matches and how they prepare for things, how to, you know, basically how to fit the mold of a TV wrestler, you know, because at the end of the day, we're all trying to get signed. We're all trying to be on TV. So to, like, learn from them, you know, it was a blessing, you know. And then the world's greatest tag team, man, I'm banging my car so hard right now. Man, my reaction is all you need, man. We get that. We get that. Man. So, Charlie Haas, Sheldon Benjamin, you guys watching this, please. Fingers crossed.
I think one of them's under contract. So,
contracts, we know how it goes, man.
Yeah.
I wrestle Matt Sydal, he's on the contract, man. You know how it goes.
Yeah. So, you know, Suede, as we kind of wind this thing down a little bit, Herb Simmons, owner of SICW, says keep your eyes on Suede, part of the future. So,
yeah. Man,
Brian
hearing stuff like that, I try not to get like a big head, you know, because I take compliments and I run with it. You know, you tell me I'm good, man, I'm gonna go on Channel 2 News and brag about it, you know. So I try to remain humble. So when people say I'm gonna be like the future or like the next big thing, or I'm so good for where I'm at right now. It's like I appreciate it, but thank you, but
Yeah.
I'm still learning. I'm nowhere near where I want to be. And for people to say good things about me and how big of a fan they are, how entertained, that means a lot. That means I'm doing something right. But like I said, I'm nowhere near where I want to be. There's a lot more things I need to learn, need to add, take out, tweak. So you know how it goes, man.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I appreciate that. I admire that, but I'm a big, huge proponent of talk your shit, Suede. So like if you got it, man, back it up. I mean, that's how I've always been in this business, man. I feel like you've got to, like, because unfortunately, like in some situations, there's some other young cat who's going to talk louder than you are, and he's going to get an opportunity because his voice is louder than you are. And that's how I've noticed the business is. But I mean, for you, my friend, like, because like you haven't had to go out there and talk a bunch of noise. People can just see it and be like, okay, like we see what Rahim and what Moses are all about.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, sir. What if you don't mind, I do have a favor to ask you, a couple of favors here. What are the bookings and ventures do you got going on in the coming weeks that you can tell our viewers about? And if they can find it online to watch it, please share so people can go watch Rahim De La Suede kick ass.
Oh yeah, man. You can catch me pretty much everywhere, man. I can tell you a couple of things that I have. I know that I have this Sunday, Glory Pro. Me and Mike Outlaw take on Warhorse and Dan the Dad. Spoiler alert. Me and Mike are winning. After that, I have a match with Davey Vega, St. Louis Anarchy. That will be. Let me give. You guys
for the Destination Championship.
Yep. And I also have Derby City Wrestling. That's in Iowa. Me and Moses, we're a tag team over there. We're not too sure who our opponents are, but they are in for a world of hurt. You know what I'm saying? And last but not least, I have WOW on June 3rd against Kenny Alfonso. Me and Kenny had a couple battles here and there. One of my favorite to wrestle. He tried to be like Suede, but he ain't there yet. But yeah, man, if you can catch all my bookings on my social medias, on my Instagram, Rahim.m_. You can find out on Twitter at Rahim Suede. And those are my main two social medias. I'm not really too on board with the book face. I need to learn how to use an app more.
Yeah. Rahim, is there a spot where we can buy, other than obviously the live events, is there a spot where we can buy some Rahim merchandise or technical difficulties merch?
So both are in the works as we speak. Nice. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you when it's gonna be dropped. I'm not gonna tell you where. It's just gonna be there. All right. So just have your money on standby, and you're gonna be very, very sueded out. You dig what I'm saying?
Fantastic. So for our viewers to find out about that, it kind of leads into my next question, Suede. Where can we find you on social media?
Yep. So on my Instagram, it is Rahim RAHIM .M_. And if you want to go on my Twitter, you can go at Rahim Suede, RAHIM SUEDE. Yes, those are my main two socials. You want to be on my Instagram, you watch my videos, and you want to hear me talk some shit, that's me on Twitter, baby. Heck yeah.
There you go. Hey, real quick, Rahim, Brian J made us a picture. So whenever him and I step away, Brian J is our fill-in co-host. But whenever we step away, he made this for us.
Yeah.
He was begging in the chat for us to
Man, that picture was brutal, man. We just got done wrestling, and we just went through hell. We just beating up, we're sweaty, and photographer like, hey, we need new promo pics, and we just gotta put on this pose or whatnot, and you could tell, man, we're just fucking just sweating our asses off, man.
All right,
Rahim, we really appreciate it. I'm not sure if you caught the intro or not, but we always like to end every interview. We'll put you kind of full screen and kind of turn up the gimmick a little bit and say, this is Rahim De La Suede, and you are watching the I-70 hot tag.
Got to give me a countdown, baby.
Well, what we'll do is once we get off the screen, you'll be full and you can start whenever you're ready.
Yep, gotcha.
All right.
Yeah, it's your boy, the hot topic, the baddest mamma jamma, the whole thing, Rahim De La Suede, and you are watching the I-70 Hot Tag Podcast. Did I say that right? It doesn't matter, because I'm the whole thing, Rahim De La Suede, and this is my podcast.
Oh, that was great.
I love it. Rahim, appreciate you so much. Real quick, we have one last question come in. If you could write a letter to your younger self, what would it say?
Oh, man, be better with your money. Don't spend all your money on, recreational stuff. Because I'm already cool naturally. You know what I mean?
I heard that. I wish you didn't hear that, but I just heard that.
It's cool, man. It's illegal now, so.
Right.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right. Rahim, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you taking the time to do this. We will see you around, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys both, man. It's a pleasure, a lot of fun. Love you guys both, man. You guys be safe.
Absolutely. Appreciate
you too.
Have a
See you
good
later.
Yep.
All right. Take the keys out of the fucking ignition.
Dude, it sounded like someone was just sitting in reverse for the entire interview, man.
I love it, man. That was lots of fun. Glad Rahim De La Suede got to join us.
Yeah.
Man's has been back in that truck.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah. Anyways, we appreciate everybody joining with us, hanging out with us. Thank you, Axel. That means a lot, man. But now is the time in the show where we take a 5-minute intermission. And then when we come back, we're going to give
the old wheel spin.
We're going to give this bad boy away. I'm kind of sad to lose this. So it's kind of grown on me. I've had it for so long now. I don't know if I want to give this away. But no, anyways, we're going to give it away.
If you guys have sent us your screenshots, as we've been promoting the last,
you can't send the screenshots now. It's too fucking late.
Yeah, it's late. It's too late.
Yeah.
The entries ended last week. We have the wheel ready. We're going to spin it right after our 5-minute break. Chase, you got anything before we head to the intermission, sir?
Absolutely not.
We will see you guys.
Don't go anywhere.
So I understand that on May 20th, the hick town of Nixie, Missouri is throwing a big party for some fish. Well, honestly, I think that's a little pathetic, but for the first time in that town's history, it's going to be a party worth attending because New Breed Wrestling is coming, and so is the champion of the whole United States, Luke Langley. Whoever wants to get in the ring and step up to the Smoking Ace, I promise, I'm going to get the job done.
Nixon, Missouri, New Breed fans, SuckerMania, Saturday, May 20th. Be there, keep it sweet. I'll see all of you there.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Astonishing Austin Montalo, and guess what? I'm coming back to Nixon, Missouri for SuckerMania 2. Last year, I was in the main event of SuckerMania. And this year, I'm coming back. I'm coming back for my New Breed Wrestling United States Championship. May 20th, 1 p.m. Be there. Let's astonish.
Whoa! Nixon, Missouri, New Breed fans, SuckerMania, Saturday, May 20th. Be there, keep it sweet. I'll see all of you there.
Go for broke. That took me way too long to think of, guys. What is the show name? I don't know. What am I doing Sunday? I guess I'm in St. Louis. That's cool. This Sunday at Glory Pros, Go for Broke. Got it this time. Whew, look at me go. I'm fighting Lady Luck. Why fighting? I am a brawler. I am not known for my wrestling ability. What I am known for? Talking shit, getting hit, hitting back, and being irritating enough that I still win. Sucks for you, am I right? Unicorns aren't real. Neither is my ability to take an arm drag. The only person who sends Heidi Howitzer ass over tea kettle is Heidi fucking Howitzer. Yeah, you heard me. I do not leave my feet. I am not light. I will plant. Gravity will remember me forever. Heavy. What is going on here? Hell yeah. Heidi good hair. Sick. Is that all the Glory Pro fans? I'd be lying. Get it? It's because there's a lion behind me. Get it? Because they're a lion, but fuck, there's a, what are her words? I said I wasn't gonna beat that ass into a coma. I can't say that. Kick her butt. I'm gonna win. And to all the Heidi hoes, you already know I don't have to be a farmer to be outstanding in my field. That was for farming implements, and it implies that I am very good at sports entertainment. Welcome to the Thunderdome.
All of Heidi's hoes.
Welcome to the Thunderdome,
bitch. Anyways, appreciate everybody coming back and hanging out with us. Appreciate everybody who tuned in for our interview with the whole thing, Rahim De La Suede. A lot of fun had talking to that guy. Heck, we even have a return countdown now. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Because for those that were here on Monday, they didn't see a countdown. So at all.
It was my fault, though, right?
Yes, it was definitely your fault. It was definitely your fault. I love how after you uploaded or after you shared the countdown video to the I-70 hot tag folder, you screenshot it and then circled it and then sent it to me. I didn't know if that was your way of saying, hey, here's the video now, or if it was your way of saying it was there the whole time, but it wasn't. There the whole time. So either way. Anyways.
Man, what do we got going on the second half of the show? Nothing big, right?
We got a wheel. We're gonna spin a big wheel.
A wheel.
Alex says if my name isn't on that wheel, it's rigged. I don't think Alex sent a screenshot.
Swag. Yeah, I don't have anything from Swag GM 2XAA.
Yeah.
On the list.
2XAA.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's bring this bad boy up, guys, because again, before I bring it up, here she is, a replica red strap, and it's very beautiful. It gets red strap on the front, black strap on the back, and it is the NWA United States Championship. We have already gone over time and time again all the different legends that have held this title and blah, 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 and everything. But so now is the time to give it away. If you participated in the giveaway, it was very easy. That's why I'm super shocked we didn't have 100 people in her. But hey, it is what it is. Sucks to be them. But all you had to do was screenshot that you were following the I-70 hot tag on all social medias that were available to you. Obviously, like some people were like, oh, I can't create a Twitter because I'm banned on Twitter. Okay, well, we weren't going to hold that against people. But, screenshot that you follow the I-70 hot tag, send it to us. You got a free entry. Share the I-70 hot tag on your social medias or share the post about the giveaway. You got a second free entry. Subscribe to Twitch. Costs $4.99 a month. But you can use your Amazon Prime sub. That gives you 3 entries. Your name is going to be on the wheel 3 times. It is mind fuck how many people didn't do this. Just insane. I'm shipping you this belt for free. Yeah. Like it's fucking crazy. So let's now that I'm done bitching about all the people that didn't enter.
Team Discord, let's fucking go. Kai, Hunter, Raz. And Raz,
did you get my
you must have sent that to Chase's account. Did you get this?
Look at that. The silverback.
The hired gun.
Joe Helms.
future guest of the I-70 hot tag in a couple weeks.
Who is just as much of a badass in person as he is on the streams of New Breed and all the other places at Mid States.
Do you think you and I could have done a better job against him than Blair Dior did in New Breed?
No.
Okay.
No, definitely not.
I'm just asking.
Definitely not. Yeah.
All right, so here's the wheel, guys. So, Chase, explain what's going to happen here.
Yes. So we are going to spin the wheel 3 times. Okay. And the reason why we are spinning it 3 times, guys, is because we are going to show you that there's no fuckery going on here. That it's not going to land on the same name, et cetera, et cetera. On the 4th spin, that is who is going to win. So if it lands on your name the first 3 times, do not get excited because you didn't fucking win.
Yeah.
So here we go. Are we ready?
Let's do this.
I feel like we should have done like an entrance video for this. You got an entrance video for everything else.
Yeah, I
we should have done.
Yeah,
we should have done like an entrance video where we play it and it's like, now it's time to spin the wheel.
We should be playing some fucking Wheel of Fortune theme song right now.
All right, so let's spin it.
This is spin number 1. This is not the winner.
Yes. So Allison Siegel, you did not win. Close.
Okay.
We're not going to remove her name because she still deserves a chance.
Spin number 2. This is not the winner.
Stephen Kelly, you did not win. I was gonna say, if it lands on Allison Siegel like all 4 times, then somebody's gonna be like, "Oh, it's fucking rigged." All right,
spin number 3.
Last dummy spin. Last
Correct.
dummy spin. Kenneth, you did not win. All right, so here it is, guys. Whoever I'm gonna spin the wheel right now. Whoever's name it lands on wins this belt. Yeah. Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh.
Tank.
Oh man. If I'm Kai, I'm rioting. if I'm Kai, I am rioting. Yeah. Kai, man.
So congratulations to Tank.
Yes.
You are the winner of the NWA United States Replica Championship.
Yes.
So,
yes,
Sam, this is we talked about this at SICW.
Yeah.
So
Rig GG's Tank. Who the fuck is Tank? That deserves a respin. I wish we could do a respin, guys. But guess what? This is not the last time that we're gonna do this.
Yep.
This is not the last time that we're gonna do this. We're gonna have plenty of other giveaways as well. We dabbled in the giveaways before, with the AEW Dynamite tickets and stuff like that. But this is going to be the start of something really cool. So congratulations to Tank. Was Tank on Twitch or was Tank on?
No, Twitch. Tank was a follow and share, I believe. So he was an Instagram.
No, he was
entry.
just a follow.
Yeah, just a follow.
Just a follow.
So yeah.
See, and that's why I told
had his
everybody
name on there
that
one time.
Had his name on there one time, as compared to people who had their name on there 3 times and didn't get it. So, congratulations to Tank. We will reach out to Tank, and
you are Sam. Just throw this out there. Sam, you were on the wheel. You're right above the name Have. We have a winner. Sam Zai, that you're on the wheel.
Yeah.
So just want to throw that out there. You are on the wheel.
Yes. Right here, Sam.
Yes, you're right. You're on the
right
wheel.
there, right in between Dean Houston and Will Gray. But yes, so we appreciate everybody who I like that. If Tank doesn't claim his prize by Monday, we might have to respin next week. Yeah. Brian Tank has 30 seconds to claim his prize. But guys, we appreciate everybody who joined in on the giveaway. Stay tuned to the I-70 hot tag because we talk about, for people who don't watch us on the regular, that we're here just for the giveaway. That is a-okay. We appreciate you giving us an opportunity. But we go live every Thursday night and we cover Midwest independent professional wrestling. We always have a wrestler on, or a wrestler, a referee, a ring announcer, a timekeeper, whoever. We always have somebody on the show to interview, and we have lots of fun. That's good. I like that. But appreciate Herb joining with us tonight. Better luck next time. That's right. Like I said, this is not the last one we're going to be doing, guys. We will definitely be doing more in the future. If you guys, if you did not win, and you still think, man, that's a really beautiful championship belt, I really want one for myself. Well, that's fantastic. My friend Muhammad Ali, no relation to the boxer, of course, has a Facebook group called MA Belts that you can go check out and buy a belt from him, or stay tuned to the I-70 hot tag and we'll give one away. Also check out my friend Mansoor, who made the custom made I-70 hot tag championship.
Yes.
All right, man.
Raz just giving out all the details, man. I haven't even announced that publicly yet, so just kidding.
It's very odd. Very, very odd.
Anyway, so first things first, guys. Chase and I, speaking of Herb Simmons, Tyler Cooley, Sam, we saw him. Chase and I traveled from Kansas City to the other side of the state, St. Louis, Missouri, for SICW Fan Fest. And this event had over 50 legends in attendance.
Absolutely.
We covered that last week. It was, we had the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. It had Brutus the Barber Beefcake. It had Buff Bagwell, Teddy Long, Victoria, a lot of legends. JBL was there. And also, obviously, J.J. Dillon and Jerry Briscoe were inducted into the St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame. Phenomenal event. Great venue. It was at the Aviator Hotel. I had a blast, as did Chase, I think. What we'll do is we'll just, Chase, I'll let you kind of talk about your experience at in St. Louis and for the Fan Fest, and then I'll take over afterwards and kind of go on top of that. So, what did you think of Fan Fest?
Fan Fest was absolutely amazing. I have some regrets, obviously, the night prior. Your boy was a little overserved.
Your boy, both of us.
So much that I got a frog splash from somebody, and I don't even remember getting that frog splash. So yeah.
Yeah. So much so we got kicked. We got kicked out of a lobby for playing pool too loudly. So
yes. I which is crazy. Like I sometimes the ball flops off the table.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't done. It wasn't done intentional. It wasn't done on purpose. It was an accident. But man, that front desk guy, he couldn't wait to kick us out.
Yeah. Because he was looking for a reason.
Yeah, because the ball hadn't even hit the ground and he was already flying over to the table. And he was like, "You done? It's over." we're not playing pool anymore. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm still going to drink all your beer. So,
man.
anyways,
He's not there anymore.
so yeah, we got up and it was hilarious because as soon as I woke up at 8:15, 8:30-ish, I grunted, rolled over, and from the other bed I heard Josh go, "Oh my God, that was so stupid. Why did we do that last night?" And I was like, yeah.
Oh my God.
But yeah. So anyways, we
it was surreal. I don't want to jump too far ahead. We got there, we checked in, we didn't get there till about 8:30 at night, roughly, maybe 9. I can't remember exactly. But we went down, you know what? We saw a pool table down there. We saw the bar was open for about an hour or hour and a half left. So we went down there. And man, when we sat there, we ordered a drink. We looked around and we're like, we're sitting in a bar 5 feet from JBL and Jerry Briscoe. Down the bar was Bushwhacker Luke. And we had Victoria was out of the bar. She was sitting at a table. Earl Hebner was there. Just crazy to see them. We always see them at conventions and fan fest and stuff like that. But to be part of that experience, not only the fan fest, but like the festivities before was cool. It's kind of surreal to me.
Indeed. Got to sit and chat with Joe Helms a little bit.
Yeah.
And then when the bar closed, we moved out into the lobby, and that's when we started playing pool. Another gentleman who's a huge fan of the show has openly admitted that the I-70 Hot Tag podcast is the best podcast in the Kansas City area. The best wrestling podcast in the Kansas City area. He privately admitted it. He didn't admit it in public. So
he would never admit that publicly. No.
Never admit it publicly. Yeah, no. I mean, so when I woke up, we, it was crazy because I loved being a part of it. The only thing, obviously, next time, I think I would, I think I will enjoy the festivities a lot more, just because it was just busy. Josh kind of, me and Josh kind of brought this up together to each other. I don't want to use the term enemy territory because obviously Interstate 70 Sports Media and the False Count Everywhere podcast were top-notch dudes, people. Barbie, I think his name's Andrew from Interstate 70, and then the two gentlemen from False Count Everywhere. Can't forget about Simple Nicholas with Wrestling Everywhere. See,
I can't remember the brand, but he was
Simple Nicholas. I mean, obviously, we were already chummy with Simple Nicholas, but neither one of those two, Falls Count Everywhere or the Interstate 70, made us feel like we were the oddball out. Right. But Josh and I felt like we were the oddball out just because, while yes, we cover St. Louis so much, the St. Louis people don't know us that well. Right. So it was just, I felt like I couldn't step away and go enjoy the festivities because I had to stop. I wanted to stop people and get our name out there so we can grow and whatnot. And it was a fantastic opportunity. I don't know if Herb Simmons is in here, but we appreciate Herb Simmons giving us the opportunity. And we will definitely be back next year.
Yep.
The only thing is, Herb, if you are listening, if you could do me a humongous favor, the next day, let's just try and not book it the day before Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Just so, you know, because, man, I would have loved, I would have loved to have stayed another night and left Sunday morning. And that's the only reason we didn't. That was the only reason we packed up and left. Because I'll tell you what, after I saw the ring set up in that room, no, Herb, like I said, we will be there again next year. And we will be staying the night as long as Mother's Day is not the next day.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We didn't realize it till, God, what was it, like 3 or 4 weeks before the event?
Yeah.
Josh pointed it out to me. He goes, "You realize the next day after FanFest is Mother's Day?" And I was like, all right, well, we'll just stay and we'll drive home. But Josh, having young kids like Josh does, didn't think it would be all that fair to himself or Mrs. Elliott if he showed up at 2:00 in the morning from the drive from St. Louis, because we stayed the whole time and then had to take care of the baby, get up early, do Mother's Day things. So
yeah, we decided against it. You know, unfortunately, we heard the event was fantastic. A lot of great talent was, the big Texan Attila Khan. Heard they tore it up. You know,
my favorite personally. No offense. Niles Planquet beating Thrillbilly Silas Mason. I thought that was pretty cool.
Shout out to Niles Planquet, the connoisseur.
Yep,
who
absolutely.
was I don't have it to be able to show, but he was one of the I saw him walking around in the ballroom and I said, ooh. I pulled out the graphic of the show. We had him on the show last summer.
Oh my God, Josh was gunning.
I was like, dude. And then he was talking to so many people, and I left the ballroom after 20 minutes. I go, I can't get Niles to stop. Like, he's talking to everybody. I don't want to interrupt him. I was like, I don't want to be rude. And finally, he went to the table with Miranda, and I was like, all right, finally, I'm going. And sure enough, I got his autograph on our graphic. I'm going to try to, without knocking this all over here, I don't know if you can see the graphic up there.
It's all that horrible ring light.
Right here. Yeah, it is horrible. Buff Bagwell, he signed the I-70 hot tag graphic that we had. Let's see if that's not going to fall off the monitor here. But that was the big thing I wanted to get, was Buff Bagwell's signature on our I-70 hot tag graphic that we made promoting him. I did get obviously Miranda Gordy signature. There's another Buff Bagwell. So a lot of fun stuff, man. Like if you were an old school wrestling fan, like we said, Ted DiBiase was there, Jimmy Hart, lot of legends there. So the overall event, like I said, and Herb's asking, how did we rate the overall event? The Fan Fest itself, like,
amazing.
Yeah, amazing. We can't. We have nothing to compare it to, because this was our first Fan Fest that we had been a part of. So but every aspect of it was very well put together. You know, we didn't know what to expect coming into it, but when we got there, we saw a table set up for us. The ballroom was fantastic. The ring in the middle was a good touch. Love
the St. Louis Hall of Fame behind there.
Yeah, the St. Louis Hall of Fame, being able to go up there and look at all the legends that were there as well. So, it was top notch. Loved it. A great experience for us. I wouldn't change it.
As a vendor, I thought it was great, because there's one way in and there's one way out.
Yeah.
So all the people that were walking by us as a vendor, I'm like, hey, like, I can't keep track of all these people that are flying by, because it's just you and me. We'll get them when they come back. So I thought that was very great. I thought it was well set up, well positioned. It was lots of fun. Like I said, as a fan, I you know, obviously, like I went to WrestleCon. WrestleCon is the closest thing to a fan fest I'm ever gonna get.
Right.
But you know, I did one walk around in the room with all of them. Well, I did a second one when you sent me in there to go look for Tyler. When you told me Tyler was in there, and he wasn't. Anyways,
dude left in a heartbeat because I.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but you know, anyways, like I said, as a fan, man, I would have loved to, you know, take a little bit more time, and like I said, next year, as long as the next day is not Mother's Day, we will be staying staying all night. We'll have a room, but definitely it was a blast. So as a vendor, it was great. Herb, as a fan, it was great as well. I will be excited to enjoy my time there next year as well. Sam says, "Are SICW coming back to St. Louis?" Sam, I would say more than likely, but I put your question up there, so if Herb Simmons is still here, Herb can answer that himself. But yeah, man, it was so much fun.
I don't want to go ahead, Chase.
The only other thing I would say is, you know, if Mother's Day is the next day next year,
we're bringing our wives with us.
I'm just taking Sonny's advice, and I'm taking my wife with me.
Yep.
What'd you get me for Mother's Day? All day pass to SICW Fan Fest, baby.
So I kind of wanted to highlight. I'm not sure every vendor. We had the vendor list, the sponsor list up last week. We kind of touched on every single one of them. But I wanted to bring this up because I went to I traveled for work today, and it was about an hour and a half away. And so I was, you know, mostly I work, you know, 50% at the house. So in this exact chair, I wasn't here today. I came home and I saw my basement light on, my office light on, and I said, well, my kids have gotten into my things. And it's funny because one of the vendors, two of the vendors had a lot of old school action figures, WWF, WCW, and my kids had gotten into my office, and packed away in a tote in a closet in this room is my old action figures that I used to have, or I still have, that I haven't even seen in years. And I'm just going to show you a couple of these guys. And, you know, this is the old WCW NWO Titantron where you put their feet on. I think this is one of them. This is Buff Bagwell. This was out sitting in the middle of a room. We got old school. We go back in the mid 90s. Big Van Vader was sitting there. This is the rubber figure. And then just one more, guys. This goes back. This is one of my uncles back in the 80s. George the Animal Steel. This is an extremely old figure. And I'm pretty sure I saw every single one of these in a bucket being sold by GC Collectibles or
Snyder Toys.
Snyder Toys
is what Sam just said.
Yeah. So who was right next to us? Was that Snyder Toys? Because they had some old figures, and then way down the end of the hallway there was some more figures.
Yeah, we were right in between two of them.
Yeah,
and then there was a big one because they had like two tables full of like collectibles. Yeah, they were down at the very end. But yeah,
so
yeah, I mean between the other vendors that were there, plus all the legends, plus you know other things like Space Cowboy Jason Jones with Mid States Wrestling, and Scott Shipley with Howl, Heart of the Ozarks Wrestling League. You know, just all the different vendors, wrestlers, everything. It was such a fun event. Yeah. It was fun being able to work it, and the one little lap I got to do in the ballroom was definitely fun. Like I said, next year we will be pushing So, as it kind of slows down, you and I, or, me or whatever, we take turns or go together, can kind of walk that area there. So definitely.
Yep.
So, next topic. If you guys haven't already, now that we were just talking about SICW, do us a favor, go check out Herb Simmons and go check out SICW on social media. They, like I said, it is Southern Illinois, but because it is Southern Illinois by St. Louis, sometimes they dabble in the St. Louis area, and you will see a lot of that talent come through, like Superstar Steve, Astonishing Austin Moitalo, guys like that. So definitely go check that out. Plus, man, if you've seen Attila Khan, that guy is scary in real life. So
heard that
just a little bit, which was crazy. Glad. Okay. I didn't want anybody to think that like we were envious of Interstate 70 or Falls Count Everywhere, because let me tell you something. I was not envious of Falls Count Everywhere, because Attila Khan heard one of those guys talking about him and went and attacked him and bit his forehead.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
No,
miss me with that shit.
Yeah. No thanks. No thanks.
And Josh knows me, man. I ain't scared to roll up my sleeves and get rowdy. Silas Mason about caught this work. But when I watched Attila Khan bite that Falls Count Everywhere dude in the forehead, I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. I was like, I didn't even make eye contact with him. I was like,
nope.
Yep.
Guilty by association. We're on another podcast. We don't want nothing to do with that.
I was like, that is down there.
Yep.
When they were shouting us out, I was like, hey guys, us podcast people got to stick together. But when I saw them talking smack to Attila Khan and Attila bite that guy in the forehead, I was like, oh, I'm not associated with those guys. I've never met those guys. I don't know who they are. Never heard of them. But moving on.
Yeah, so I got shout out to our friend of the show and constant listener, Mr. Dean Houston. He sent us a screenshot for Trailblazer Championship Wrestling.
Yeah. Did one of us tell him that was his homework?
No. Because
he messaged me and he was like, all right, here's my homework assignment.
Oh, did you get the screenshot too?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So I was just gonna, since neither one of us were there, we did see some Dean did live stream Shailin's matches, but
yes, we are getting ready to talk about Trailblazer Wrestling. Trailblazer was one of many shows that was Saturday, May 13th. So
let's go with see, which is crazy. He said he has it in order, I guess. I assumed this was going to be the main event. It was the first match. Mike Seidel defeated our guest today earlier in the show, Rahim De La Suede.
Rahim De La Suede.
So Mike Seidel went over on him.
Yes. The second match, Bobby Joe Black went up against Solemn Gust, and Solemn Gust won.
Yep. Match number 3 in a fantastic fist bump. Jared Thumb and Bert Candy defeated Vam Bam Winkle and
Tobias
Storm. So
the next match, Madman Max Sterling defeated Moses the Deliverer. Seidel came out and helped Moses.
Yep. So in the match, the fifth match, this was the one that Dean live streamed. Shooter Shailin versus Tootie Lynn. Fantastic match. Watched it from beginning to end. And Shailene defeated Tootie Lynn, and in a great match, in a great win, fantastic match. Like I said, I was extremely excited for that. But as soon as that ended, Amina Belmont came out and said, you called me out. You wanted to have a rematch, from the last show, and I'm going to allow you to have that rematch right now. And of course, right when Shailene has a 15-minute match against Tootie Lynn, has another great match. I'm not sure exactly how long it was, but Amina Belmont wins by cheating. So Shooter was unable to get double wins at Trailblazer. So
the by cheating is what got me. So, I also noticed that it's in a different color.
It is.
So I wonder if somebody else wrote that.
Maybe.
And then the main event.
Not the main event.
Not main event. Not a main event. My bad. Rocco the Barbarian took on Rocco the Barbarian with Deacon Kane. Took on Suplex Cyclone with Kurt Shannon. And Suplex Cyclone is Kurt Shannon. My bad.
No, Kurt Gannon.
Kurt Gannon. That looks like an S. My bad.
You're good.
Anyways, they won that match. So
yeah. And then in the main event, your boy Corn Boy, Kevin Gutierrez, defeated Warhorse, which is crazy.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton.
It is a very bold strategy, but I saw some clips, and that match looked phenomenal.
Oh, I bet it was.
Warhorse posted a couple clips of, obviously of his offense. I've seen a couple from Trailblazer as well as Corn Boy on Instagram. I wish I would be able to see this match because everything I've seen is top notch. I'm pretty sure they went like 20 some minutes. So I need to see some more out of Kevin Gutierrez, man.
Yeah, I know. I was shocked that he beat Warhorse. So I'm very interested to go find the video library of Corn Boy Kevin Gutierrez and see what old Corn Boy is about.
Yeah.
Would love to get him on the show.
Yeah.
so
Definitely going to be someone we get on before the end of the year.
Absolutely. So that's going to take care of our coverage of Trailblazer. Did we not throw CSW in there?
CSW for what? I'm sorry.
For breaking down the results.
I have it, but you can break it down if you want. You were there, so you can. Do you have it ready?
I do not. Give me 30 seconds, and I can.
All right.
Give me 30 seconds. Because for those that don't know, Josh and I have gone on a couple of rants to wrestling promotions that don't post their results online, and the bright young understanding gentleman that runs the social media of Central States Wrestling heard our cries for help and said, hey, you know what? I'm going to post the results on CSW's Facebook page. My man. Shout out to Joe McDonald. Appreciate it.
So how late did you get? Did you miss the?
I walked in the first match. So
okay.
For those listening, so here's what happened. Josh, like stated earlier, Josh had to get home. We both had to get home for Mother's Day. My wife was going out with a friend that Saturday night. I had forgot. So when I called her and was like, hey, I'm going to CSW, she's like, oh, I'm going out. I was like, okay. So I don't feel that bad for dropping Josh off. So I went to see I sped as fast as I could to get to the Lenexa National Guard Armory. And I walked in right in the middle of the opening bout. I missed the pre-show match. I do know that ATM, All That Matters, was in the pre-show match. I forgot the other gentleman who was in the pre-show match as well. And I feel like I just asked somebody on Monday and they told me and I already forgot. So anyways, when I walked in, the Premier were taking on Mike Outlaw and Camaro Jackson. And Mike Outlaw and Camaro Jackson came away with the victory. So after the Premier had been calling them out, Sir Cam Stances. Yeah. So it's so funny because I know who Sir Cam Stances is.
Yeah.
And it's always so funny because, like, I don't remember who it was. Was it you or somebody was like, I don't know who that is. And he literally has said in our comments, like, I'm the only guy standing up when the Premier comes out. And he's right. He's the only guy standing up when the Premier comes out. I watched Deal with the Steel last night, and like everybody's like sitting and booing, and Sir Ken is like standing up, like pumped and clapping and stuff. So, anyways, Premier had to answer to Mike Outlaw and Camaro Jackson, and they came up short. Actually, without they tried to bend the rules, if you will, a little bit, and it was Roscoe Leach who helped them lose. So very interesting story. Roscoe's getting a little weird. Not just like his actions in CSW, but his look as well. I'm not gonna tell you what I compare it to, but he's got these goofy, like big black thick goggles on. So I don't know if those are supposed to be like glasses or what those are, but yeah, he looks different. And then Luke Langley took on Conan Lycan. Luke Langley, of course, came up with the victory, and Shaza McKenzie defeated Heather Reckless. The crowd was really into that match, and I know it's something that I enjoy, and I know it's something that Josh really enjoys to see that CSW is implementing more female matches, more female talent into their cards. So Shaza was the big time heel, and Heather, it was wildly over with the crowd, wildly over. But I think kudos to Shaza, because Shaza put her in that position to succeed, because Shaza came out and immediately was recognized as the heel. So
unlike what happened at the last show with Tootie Lynn, where they both were kind of semi baby faces.
Yeah. And the crowd, I feel like the crowd didn't know what to do with that. So like I said, when Shaza came out, she made it very clear that she was definitely the heel. So it helped kind of, ease that in. Ethan Price picked up a win in a three-way match between Dan the Dad and Scott Tyler. But Price did, God, dude, love the fact that somebody put this on CSW's thing, because not that I didn't know because I was there, but Dan the Dad was pinned, not Scott Tyler. So Scott Tyler's undefeated streak still technically intact because he did not eat the pin. So Anaya and Moonshine went to a double count out. Obviously there was some fuckery involved in that match. Cruel beat Hoodie and then absolutely destroyed the security guards. Shout out to Griffin. I hope he's doing okay, because Cruel hit him in the throat so hard I heard it all the way from where I was standing. I was standing over by the door where we usually are. So it was brutal. Supposedly there's a story behind that, and I will let Brian J tell you that sometime. But Jeremy Wyatt beat Kenny Alfonso in an absolute fucking classic to retain the DWF championship. Their their chemistry in the ring was amazing. The contrasting styles, Jeremy's technicality, Kenny's high flying ability, and quickness. That match was magic. It was very, very good, very, very well done. Want to highlight real quick because obviously when security came out, not just security came out, a bunch of referees came out to stop Cruel. The only person that was able to grab Cruel's attention and stop Cruel from killing everybody was none other than the CSW champion himself, the Mile High Magnum Dak Draper. He came out and got Cruel's attention, and Cruel went after him. But we did not see Cruel for the rest of the night. The main event, we saw Dak Draper and the one called Manders. That match was hands down. That match was great. It sucked because, in my opinion, Wyatt and Kenny Alfonso was just better. Right. and that Dak Draper and Manders match was really, really good.
Yeah.
So that just, if that tells you anything. So, but once again, fantastic event, sold out crowd. Just CSW's momentum just keeps going and going and going. So
like the Energizer Bunny.
Yep. Shout out to those guys. Yep. We appreciate everything they do, as I know they appreciate everything we do. There's a couple others in the Kansas City area, but I just feel like when you're selling out 400 to 500 to 700 people in the last 3 or 4 of your events, I think it's really hard to argue who runs Kansas City right now. So. No offense. Like I said, no offense. I'm not,
right.
But I mean, that's just how it is. So, like I said, once again, fantastic show that they put on.
Really wish I was able to make it. I probably could have. I could have.
I wasn't going to completely sell you under the bus. I was like, well, Josh had to make it back for Mother's Day. Josh goes, well, I could go, but I can't post on social media because then Megan would be like, what the fuck are you doing at CSW? See, I could get away with that because I could post I could post a picture and Ashley wouldn't know. Ashley would go, oh, he's at a wrestling event. She doesn't know CSW from WLW or Journey Pro or whatever.
Yeah, Megan would have been like, what the hell are you doing in Kansas City?
Yeah.
Well, CSW went to St. Louis, babe. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Is that the Lenexa National Guard Armory? My wife would just see it and go, oh, he's at wrestling. Okay.
Yeah. That's great.
The next event that we are talking about is Glory Pro Go for Broke, which is Sunday.
So this is this Sunday. There's 2 events happening this weekend. New Breed Wrestling is having an event. Sucker Mania, I believe, is what it's called, on Saturday, and then Glory Pro is happening on Sunday. We are going to cover the entire Glory Pro card here. Chase, I'll let you go first with the first match here.
Absolutely. So this is not the last time we're going to see Yamashita in the St. Louis area, but this is where she's going to go first. And out of the St. Louis area, who's stepping up first to her is none other than the Little Blue Dragon, Tootie Lynn. So doors are going to open at 2 p.m., guys. Opening bell is at 3 p.m. You guys know Glory Pro loves to do those Sunday afternoon shows, and I like it. Get it done. That way everybody's home in time for dinner, and it's not a late night. So if you guys are in the St. Louis area, like I said, Namashita is going to be around for a little bit. So go check out for $20. Go check out Glory Pro Go Home for Broke or Go for Broke. And it's going to be fun. Get a kid's ticket for $10.
Hell yeah. Not only that, guys, you're going to see our guest tonight, Rahim De La Suede, teaming up with Mike Outlaw, Team Forge, going against Warhorse and the End of Dad. Technically, Team Forge. But we've seen Rahim obviously break up with Moses. this was last year sometime, I want to say, and Mike Outlaw's kind of been running amok since he lost his title.
It was right before. It was right before we went to the pageant, right?
Yeah, he lost Camaro's. Camaro beat Mike Outlaw at the pageant.
Well, that's what I mean. I thought you were talking about when Team Ford split up.
Yeah. So when Rahim split up with Moses, you're right. The event before the pageant 2, and then we went
Ludicrous
to the pageant. Ludicrous Speed. We saw Mike Outlaw lose the title to Camaro, which was a fucking phenomenal moment.
Oh my god,
then
so awesome.
And then obviously Mike Outlaw went, in that triple threat at the last event against Kenny Alfonso and Camaro Jackson. And here we are, man. Tag team match should be a fun one. So
yes.
As we talked about, man, I love those midday Sunday shows.
I know, man. Even though you never come in the Discord and watch them live.
I do occasionally.
This will be at the South Broadway Athletic Club. So I know we were talking about the pageant and some of the places that Glory Pro likes to go, but the South Broadway Athletic Club, man, low means low ceilings. Don't bring a ladder. Next match, we've got Lainey Luck versus Heidi Howitzer. And if you saw Heidi's promo during the mid-show break video, hey, good luck, Lainey. Good luck. So,
yeah. I absolutely love both of these women. Heidi's extremely entertaining, as you saw in her promo.
We watched that for our guest last week, Shaza. We watched her versus Lainey in that brutal ass street fight where they broke chairs and all kinds of shit.
Yes. Next match, guys. There we go. Shaza McKenzie against Lady Bird, and we know how great Shaza McKenzie is.
Absolutely.
Lady Bird has to be as good as Shaza McKenzie to be matched up against her here. I do want to highlight that we've gone through 4 matches, half the card, and 3 of those 4 matches are women's matches. So
I knew Josh would point that out.
Shout out to Glory Pro and showcasing the women in our area. But Shaza McKenzie done great work in both Kansas City and St. Louis. I'm not as familiar with Lady Bird, but I believe she wrestles in the Illinois, Chicago area. So should be a fun match here. So
Indeed. Next up, for the Crown of Glory Championship, you have, I always butcher his name.
Karam.
Is it Karam? Okay. See, I was going to say like Karam.
That's how I used to say it. And then I heard the announcer say it correctly, and I was like, okay, I got to correct that.
All right. So Karam versus Camaro Jackson for the Crown of Glory Championship. Very interesting. So Calvin Tankman attacks Camaro Jackson. Calvin Tankman, as of right now, has the Crown of Glory Championship.
Yeah, he does.
So it's a very bold strategy for Glory Pro to put on a Crown of Glory Championship match when the champion doesn't have his belt. So
yeah. So
very excited for this match. I don't want to take anything away from it, but the thought of Camaro Jackson and Calvin Tankman going at it is absolutely worth the price of admission. Brian J and I got to see, of course, if you follow GCW, you're very familiar with Calvin Tankman. Brian J and I got to see Calvin Tankman at Pops when we saw GCW on our trip to St. Louis. And it was very awesome. So very cool to see him come in and kind of, put the Crown of Glory champion on notice. So interesting match here. We'll see how Karam handles that.
Yep. Not trying to take away from the match that's booked. Rohit Raju taking on Xavier Walker, which, yes, Xavier Walker has had issues with Hustle and Muscle in the past, so this is going to be a good grudge match. But following,
I love, I love this picture.
Following,
why?
Yeah. Following what happened last month at the last Glory Pro event, there was a tag team match with Xavier Walker and Dak Draper. We saw Dak.
Did we play that Dak Draper promo?
We did not.
You fucking dropped the ball, dude.
No, I didn't drop the ball. I could.
Oh, you
I
dropped
saw
the
it.
ball.
I saw it and could not find it again.
Dude, I
obviously
I saw it,
and I was like, I want it, and I looked at Dak Draper's Instagram. I looked at Glory Pros. I could not find it again. I don't know where it's at.
Obviously, like,
so
we're big Mile High Magnum Dak Draper fans here in Kansas City, but I don't know, man. Heel Dak Draper kind of piqued my interest, man.
Yeah.
I thought he played that role really well. So
he did
almost too well. So as Dak Draper, speaking of Dak Draper, but as Dak Draper mentioned in that promo, he is open for business. So Dak has a price for anybody who's wondering. And we're going to see Dak Draper against the Deliverer Moses. I think this is going to be a good match. They're a little, these two are a little mismatched, if you will. Especially Moses being outnumbered in size. But if anybody can do it, I think Moses the Deliverer can. So,
yep. Agreed. Your boy, one of Kai's favorites, Ethan Price, is going to take on Shane Saber.
Absolutely.
So this is going to be a great match. Love Ethan. I've seen Shane a couple times in our area, but this is going to be a fun singles match, man. And this is what, the seventh match on the card, seventh or eighth match. So yeah, looks like they're going to be a ninth. These are completely way out of order, but anyway. This is the eighth match on the card, and Chase will take the ninth. But Ethan obviously plays a different character in St. Louis than he does in Kansas City, so it's fun to watch his growth as a wrestler and as a character.
A little less obnoxious.
A little
less obnoxious in St. Louis. So.
Correct. So
the last match we have to go over is going to be Locked and Loaded, taking on Cody Lane and Jake Something. So Jake Something ran through just about everybody. He had a problem with everybody at Glory Pro's last show, Powerhouse. So it's going to be very interesting to see if he sticks to this match or if Jake Something wants to roam around the building again. So he was just randomly interfering in people's shit, just sticking his nose where it didn't belong. So
what was that?
Yep. Obnoxious Price is amazing.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yep. Agreed. New Breed Wrestling. As we saw, and as I mentioned, that little punk Daniel Maxon is going to entangle himself in a hair versus hair match with Mr. One Night Stand, Burt Candy.
Love it.
Yes.
Love it.
I am very, very excited because after Burt Candy wins and shaves Daniel Maxon's head, then Burt Candy can come back on this stupid podcast and tell us how awesome it was to shave Daniel Maxon's head.
Damn right.
Suck an egg, Daniel Maxon.
Suck an egg. This is happening on May 27th in Sedalia, Missouri, which your boy is going to make his way to Sedalia on May 27th, and I'm going to attend.
You're going, who are you going with?
New Breed. I'm going with the whole family.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm. We're gonna be at the lake that weekend, so Sedalia is about 40 some odd minutes away from our lake house. So I'm taking the wife. I'm taking the kids.
You're gonna try and sneak off to a wrestling event.
I ain't sneaking off. They're coming with me.
Oh, okay.
I'm leaving the youngest one, the baby. I'll leave them with my parents. But yeah, I'll take the older ones and say, hey, we'll go to your first wrestling event. Let's go check it out.
Kai knows if Bert loses, we riot.
Yeah.
So.
Or we roar, whatever that. Yeah.
Well, that was a typo. It's a typo. You knew what the fuck you meant.
I did. And speaking of, this is the May 27th event. Now there is a CRMEDIA is happening, which you saw in the mid-show break. A lot of promos happening for this weekend, which is in Nixa, Missouri, or Nixie, which is weird. I've always called it Nixa, but there's multiple wrestlers that kept saying Nixie. It's spelled Nixa. Anyway, regardless, this is happening in Sedalia. We're going to see Blair Dior, Austin Mulitalo, the Clay Huna, Burt Candy, Brandon Beretta, which I've not seen live yet, which is going to be great. Saw him at SICW, but never actually wrestled a match.
Silverback Joe Helms.
Helms
Attila
is going
Khan.
to be there. Yep. Kurt Gannon, who is a staple in our independent scene. And then I think he got hurt and he was out for a year or so, but he's back and wrestling around our area again. So, yeah, should be a fun show. I'm excited.
Agreed.
So,
I'm kind of jealous that you're taking your wife and kids and not me.
You've already been to a New Breed show, bro. I haven't.
Heard that. Wish I didn't, but I did. Anyways, moving on. CCW May Mayhem. Saturday, May 27th at the AC Brace Arena building in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Go check out the event. Go get you some tickets. Doors open at 6 p.m. on May 27th. Bell time is at 7. They're going to have a golden ticket ladder match, which I assume is just another gimmicked Money in the Bank ladder match. Yep. You're going to see the Quad Father, Camaro Jackson, Zay Washington, Brian Rogers, Trent Daniels, second to none, Kenny Alfonso, and then Kevin Lee Davidson, KLD. Interesting. I don't remember who told me, but I think Cape Championship Wrestling is ran by gosh, I forgot his name now. Who's the little guy?
Why am I drawing a blank?
Used to be with Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy.
Yep. But before somebody corrects us in the chat, we heard a lot of good things about trending Trent Daniels at SICW. A lot of people said we should have him on our show. A lot of praise over in the St. Louis area for him. So, and obviously we know how great Kenny Alfonso is, KLD, Camaro Jackson. We've seen Zay Washington. Marco Stunt is the person that Gears of Kai corrected us on. Yes.
Marco Stunner.
Stunner. Yeah.
Yep. Marco Stunner.
It's a stunner. Anyway. Thank you, Kai. Thank you. I was going to drive me nuts. I was going to look it up right after we stopped talking about it.
I know. I was going to do the same thing. I always hate it because it was because sometimes when that happens, like that will happen on sometimes I'll do it on this show. I'll do it on my other shows where somebody will do that and I'll be like, shit, now I can't focus.
Yeah, we're live, dude. And like your brain just goes blank. And you're like, God damn it, I know who it is.
Yeah. So then there's like dead air, and I fucking can't stand dead air.
Yeah.
But there's dead air because I'm sitting here Googling who it is, and I'm like,
yeah.
Anyways,
speaking of dead air, no.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. World Wrestling Express.
Absolutely.
Over in Larned, Kansas.
Larned.
Never say that city name right. They're holding the show called Totally Justified, and they announced that Hernandez is going to be on that show.
Can you do me a favor? Can you message World Wrestling Express.
Yeah, I can.
And let them know that Gear Zakai or Hunter Dillon would be more than happy to make graphics for them.
100%, please.
Okay.
I
would do it, but I don't have the time.
Yeah.
But Hunter, Hunter makes logos. And I'm sure Guy can work something out.
Because just by looking at this, we got Hernandez and versus
Sting?
Yeah, it's like Sting-ish versus. I mean, I don't want to. Just saying, guys. Like, list your names of the people. Tell me what date you're going to be running this show, because I still have no idea. Let me know where you're going to have this event at. I know, obviously, we see Leonard or Larned, whatever you in the background. We know that's going to happen in that city, but come on. Let's go. I want to help promote you. That's what we do in Kansas and Missouri. That's what we do in the I-70 hot tag. Can't promote, and we don't know who's wrestling and where you're happening at. So, Hunter Dillon, he will hook you up with some graphics. Let's go.
Definitely. All I knew on that graphic was
Hernandez. Yeah. I know. Same here.
Anyways, Tri-States Wrestling.
Yes.
They are having a free will donation show, a benefit show for the Mooresville Betterment. Mayhem for Mooresville. So far on the graphic, you've got Mr. One Night Stand Burt Candy. You've got Tobias Storm, Luke Langley, the Iceman, and then close the door, Blair Dior. Definitely. And Shai Lynn will be there as well.
Nice.
I
like it.
TSW. I don't hate it.
I don't hate it. June 8th, guys.
Absolutely.
Mooresville,
Cupcakes
Missouri.
by Allie.
Yes.
I was reading one of the sponsors. Yes. I saw a cupcake and my fat ass was like, oh.
We're donuts. We're not cupcakes. No.
Yeah. That's right.
Shout out to them.
Absolutely. Shout out to Dean's Donut.
Dean's Donuts. Off the rails we go. St. Louis Anarchy, guys. Our guest last week, Shazza McKenzie, as we talked to her about, she's relocated from Australia to St. Louis. She's going to be in a lot of our area, whether it be in Anarchy, Glory Pro, going to be in CSW, but she is in Anarchy, and it has been announced.
And I'll be going to this show. So
will you?
Yeah, I will be.
Nice.
Yep.
So Shazza McKenzie against Evangelistico. This match is going to absolutely tear the house down. Both phenomenal athletes, great wrestlers. Cannot wait to see this. Yeah, man. Like, if this is going to be streamed live, which I know it most Anarchy shows are, this is one I'm looking forward to. Obviously, as well as the Destination Championship with Rahim and Davey Vega. But have they announced the Gateway Heritage title match for this one? Or am I?
They have not.
I don't think they have either. Derek Neal has not does not have a match yet for this one. So, interesting.
I think Derek is injured. I think that's why.
Okay,
but I could be wrong.
Okay.
But
interesting.
Yes. I'm gonna take the wife to St. Louis, and we're gonna go to that event. I took Sonny's advice. And
how long until our wife was like, you know what, I'm done going on fucking trips with you guys.
Yeah, I know, right? I know.
Because all you want to do is go to wrestling.
Yep. Yeah.
It's a romantic getaway, babe.
Well, and I kind of got myself in some hot water because prior to us leaving for Los Angeles, like I told her, I was like, okay, you realize we're leaving like next week, or we're leaving in 10 days. I don't remember when it was. And I go, are you sure you want to go still? And she's like, why do you keep asking me if I want to go? And I was like, because I just don't know if you realize, like, it's wrestling. And I was like when we land, I may go find a wrestling event that night. By the way, I did. Thursday, wrestling. Friday, wrestling. Saturday, wrestling 2 times. Sunday, wrestling. Monday, wrestling. Tuesday, we rest. Wednesday, we leave. And I was like, I don't know. I just want to make sure that you are prepared for this. And she was like, okay. And then like anytime she was like, do you want to? No, it's wrestling.
Yeah.
So
gave you
and
the
now,
heads up.
and now I did that. I did that to the, it was either today or yesterday. We were in the car and I was like, yo, June 9th, July 29th. It was pretty much WrestleMax and the 2 St. Louis Anarchy shows. And I was like, are you down for those? And she was like, what are we doing? And I was like, wrestling. She was like, fine. I was like, all right, cool. I was like, we're going. So, yeah.
I got to get to that point. I'm not to that point yet.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to, you're at a point where you have to stay in the house with the kids. We don't have to stay in the house with the kids.
Yeah.
So
Your kids are old enough.
Yep.
My
One's
arm-
graduating high school tomorrow. It's kind of scary.
It's wild, isn't it?
It's
wild.
Yeah. I'm not old
That's-
enough to have somebody graduate in high school.
Your child graduated the same year as my twin sisters did. So it's pretty crazy.
Yes. We have one last match to talk about here.
Yes.
Oops, wrong graphic. But speaking of, Moses is going to take on Kenway at WrestleMax Reborn. That is another event that I am making my way out to St. Louis for on June 30th, 2023. Bell time will be at 7:30. But we're going to see Moses take on Kenway. This match should be very, very fun. Kenway, if you guys have not seen, is very, 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 very and much in love with himself. But he backs it up in the ring. And Moses is one of the best grapplers I've seen in our area. So this is going to be a very good clash of styles. Cannot wait to see this match live. So
Agreed. Sorry, I was catching up on comments. I got 21 comments here that are in the chat. So, yeah, I'm extremely excited. I want to get Kenway on the show, as we talked about earlier. He signed your belt, so he has
he's got to
be on the show at some point.
He's contractually obligated to come on the show.
Yep.
Contractually obligated.
So we will get Kenway on the show. That we saw him at Grandel, phenomenal wrestler. Circumstances would love him because he is all about the Premier, the third member of the Premier in St. Louis. So that was a great graphic, by the way.
I think he was talking about the technical difficulties one.
Oh,
yeah.
You want to talk about the WWX one?
No.
Okay. Anyway, guys, we appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in tonight. I'm going to run down just real quick some of the future shows that are coming up in our area. We've talked about all of them tonight, but we will we'll break them down here. Glory Pro Go for Broke happening this weekend, May 21st. Also, this Saturday on May 20th, New Breed Wrestling CRMEDIA is happening in Nixa, Missouri. May 27th, New Breed Wrestling returns to Sedalia, Missouri. So New Breed's happening 2 weeks in a row. Hair versus hair match. Daniel Maxon versus Burt Candy. Cannot wait to be in attendance there to see Mr. One Night Stand shave the head of Daniel Maxon as Money Mike Pettis stands off to the side and watches. It's gonna be fun. I'm really excited to see what my kids think of in-person wrestling. They like watching it on TV, but we'll see how they do. They're not even 5 yet, so
Yeah,
they may be real fucking done with it halfway through, and I'm gonna be like, all right, fuck, I can't. Like,
well, no. You know what? Okay, I will tell you exactly what will happen. They're going to love it, but you're right. Halfway through it, they're going to decide that they no longer want to watch it. Yeah. They want to do it. So,
yeah, well, they already do it. So,
yeah.
All right, May 27th, Cape Championship Wrestling presents May Mayhem. Circumstances, the premiere are going to be there, scheduled to be in action. WWX, we talked about Rumble at the Fort in Leonard, Kansas. That rounds out, man, the next couple weeks in Kansas and Missouri.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So should be a fun few weeks. So if you guys have anywhere in our area, guys, Glory Pro, St. Louis, New Breed, middle of Missouri, Cape and St. Louis, WWX is in the middle of Kansas. Lots of good stuff coming up in the next few weeks in our coverage area.
Absolutely. And hang out with us on Monday night as we watch some wrestling. To prepare for our guest next Thursday, referee Alex Strahan. Alex is a super fun guy. Very cool to hang out with, talk to at the events when he's not in the ring, counting people's shoulders to the mat for the 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna have Alex on the show, and we're gonna talk to him and have some fun with him. So definitely come hang out with us again next Thursday. Hang out with us on Monday night as we will watch some matches that he's refereed. So we're going to try and make them matches that we haven't seen already. So
yeah, he submitted one that said, hey, this would be a good one, but we've already watched one. So
yeah.
It'll be fun though. We'll
Absolutely.
And your boy, the real Josh Elliott, will be back in the first time in 3 weeks on the pit stop. So
really?
I am excited. I missed the last 2, so this is the 3rd. So
that just doesn't sound right.
You and Brian J have been holding down the fort on the pit stop. So
agreed. I've been holding down the fort.
Brian has been holding down the fort. Thank you, Brian.
I've been carrying Brian. Okay. I've been carrying Brian.
Brian's been carrying you. Is that what you want to say?
No.
Okay.
I've got a herniated disc, so I've been carrying Brian for 2 weeks.
We appreciate Brian J. Bebe for being that last minute tag
all jokes aside, Brian J. is a lifesaver.
Yes.
So I know that anytime something happens, we can. Most of the time, Brian J. is available to get the hot tag and come in and save our asses. So, all right, wow, man, we went over 2 hours. We did. All right. Well, I was not expecting that tonight. But I like it when we go over, or the past couple times I've really enjoyed it when we gone over 2 hours because it doesn't feel like the show is dragged out. Felt like, we were just having fun shooting the shit, which is what I love most about this show. So, we appreciate everybody joining with us tonight. Congratulations again to Tank for winning this so beautiful red strap NWA United States Championship. Tank, we will be in touch.
You have until Monday to accept your gift. And if you don't, I'm gonna give it to somebody else.
Anyways, so appreciate everybody that tunes in every single week. Appreciate people who just come by and just say what's up and dip out. Any support and any support at all is support for the I-70 hot tag, and we appreciate it. Josh, if you don't have anything else, I'm going to go ahead and close us out, sir.
Close it up.
For myself, Chase, CRMEDIA, and for my friend, my co-host, the real Josh Elliott. Guy's got a point. I don't know, man. I was like, you know what I mean? Like, you ever seen like Wheel of Fortune? I don't know, man.
No whammy. Stop.
Yeah. No, I was getting ready to say, I think if that was Wheel of Fortune, I don't think it would have clicked.
Yeah, I wouldn't have.
Anyways,
I demand a recount.
We appreciate everybody. Have a good night, guys. Good fight. Good night.